to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. If you're just joining us, we're on location today at Aurora Research Institute, where Olympic gold medalist Jackie Joyner-Kersee spoke about overcoming severe asthma. Research shows African Americans are more prone to asthma than Caucasians or Hispanics. And a year or so ago, actually it was maybe more like 5 years ago, a team here at the Aurora Research Institute recruited participants for a nationwide study to determine the best combinations of asthma medications to treat African American patients. Today's event is all part of the 19th Annual Fellowship Open, which honored this amazing woman that Sports Illustrated voted the greatest female athlete of all time. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm fine, and it's an honor to talk to you. Congratulations first on being an honoree for the 19th Annual Fellowship Open.
Yeah, that was really a great honor. You know, the Daniels family, they do amazing work in this community, and then work in the fellows and the fellowship. You know, the golf event where African American young men come in there to be mentored, and you know, they continue with their internship and just doing different things to really propel these young men to a pathway of opportunity that probably is endless.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And you have an amazing track record, pun intended. You're a world famous athlete that's ranked among the all-time greatest in the heptathlon and the long jump. We were laughing. I was like, I can't hardly say that, but you won 3 gold medals, 1 silver, 2 bronze Olympic medals in those 2 events at 4 different Olympic Games. Talk about your fondest memories of competing in the Olympics.
Yeah, my fondest memories of competing, one is making the Olympic team and being around your friends, some of the same friends you grew up competing against, and you find yourself on the team together. And then actually being able to go to the Olympic Games and not only represent your country, but also being able to stand on the top podium. But then also in my case, I was able to stand on all 3, gold, bronze, and gold, silver, and bronze.
Yeah,
so,
yes,
but
indeed.
It's really a great honor.
Yes, and even like to this day, I mean, you were in the 84, 88, 92, and 96 Olympics, and people recognize you on the street. What are some of the responses that you get?
You know what, a lot of love from a lot of people, and I'm very appreciative. And I try not to, you know, take my athletic gifts and talents for granted. But what it says to me is that what I was able to do on the athletic field, that somehow it was transferable over to people that felt a connection to me. So for them to embrace me, and you know, I'm no longer competing, but it really means a lot.
Yeah. And Sports Illustrated, as I said, voted you the greatest female athlete of the 20th century. But your message to everyday people is that you're not always going to come out on top, and there's no greater gift than to service others. And you've done that throughout your career. Past competition, you're really about giving back.
You know, I'm just blessed to be in the position to give back, being here in Milwaukee, and, you know, being a part, you know, of MK and what they're doing, and the Daniels family. It's about giving back, you know, and what we're trying to do is to continue to raise people up that will find ways to give back to this community as I am giving back to my community.
Yeah, and there are a lot of young people who grow up here in Milwaukee, and they have to hear statistics like we have the most incarcerated zip code in America, and that is the worst place to raise a black child, and the list goes on. And you're from East St. Louis, Illinois, which has been called one of America's most dangerous cities. So how does a little girl from East St. Louis really go on to become an internationally known Olympian?
Yeah, I was very blessed to be surrounded by great people. And I saw great people that came from that community. A lot of times it's the people on the outside talking about how bad your city is, or trying to discourage visitors not to come into the city. But it comes with a vision and knowing that for me, the impossible was probable, and that I was going to do everything I possibly could to make my dreams become a reality. And I had the right support around me, from extended family members to family members. And I always believe that regardless of what people say about my community, but that's where I'm from.
Oh, I love that. And that's so the advice that young people can take away from seeing your success. It's not about where you're from. It's about where you're going, right?
Where you're going, and also
and
know
remembering
that,
where you're from. That's
exactly.
right. Yeah.
And go back.
And make a difference, which is something that, like I said, you continue to do. Was it your grandmother that named you after former First Lady Jackie Kennedy?
Yeah,
I love that.
She actually wrote on the back of my baby picture, she'd be the First Lady or something.
Oh, I love that. See, grandparents always have that intuition. When she said something, I don't know what, but something. I love that. And so hence here you are, the First Lady of track and field. Okay. So speaking of family, I mean, you've got a pretty famous family. So your brother is Olympic gold medalist Al Joyner, who was married to Olympic gold medalist, the late Florence Griffith Joyner. And you're married to your former coach, Bob Kersee. And you guys have been married for over 30 years. So what's a family reunion like?
You know what? Most of the time, our family unions are during the time our national championships are. So we just had one, and my family was upset because they're like, "You're no longer competing. You can make it." But I was at the national championships, you know, for USA track and field, and you know, my husband are still coaching several different athletes. Allison Felix is one of our athletes, and so we just continue in hopes of, you know, getting her back after having her baby, and looking forward to her making that Olympic team. I
love that. And so you had Mr. Kersee as your coach. He was the assistant coach at UCLA, and somehow there was a love connection, and he was pretty tough when you were competing, right?
You know, I didn't expect anything else, you know, because I can be a little stubborn, but you know, it was coach athlete at first sight, not love at first sight, you know, and we became friends, and you know, and made it right.
History. So you're here today because we talked about asthma sometimes being a barrier for young people to, let alone run track and perform in, you know, things of that nature. But just everyday life, asthma can really play a part in them playing outside with their friends, whatever the case may be. And you said that two of the biggest challenges in your life was losing your best friend, which was your mom, and actually battling asthma as an athlete.
Yes, asthma can be debilitating when you don't have it under control and you don't know what you're dealing with. And so for me, it was really coming to grips and educating myself and understanding that I can control what's happening. But you know, it's easy to say and it's difficult to do because I was, quote unquote, this great athlete and thought I was invincible, and find myself not being able to control my breathing, which turned out to be that I'm an asthmatic. So the best thing I had to do was put my own game plan together and figure out days I could run, days I could walk, and not be hard on myself, because one of the things she started thinking, because I was out at UCLA, and my mindset was that, oh, I was only good in Illinois, I'm not good in California.
Oh, well, was it because of the smog?
Hey, I did say that.
Right, it's a thought.
You know, but once I got it under control, and still, you know, today I still have to deal with it.
Yeah,
you know, so.
And I think that it just really occurred to me today how you sharing your story of, you know, battling asthma. One of the students that we spoke with, I just happened to be talking to her about being on the track team, and you spoke to the whole group downstairs. She has asthma as well, so she was excited to hear what you had to say about managing that. She said she has a hard time running indoors because of the air quality, but that, and she also said she loves you, but her icon was FloJo, and you know, and it's just amazing that, you know, you ladies, and it breaks my heart every time you think about Florence not being here, but boy, did she leave behind a legacy, you know?
And no, and that's the remarkable thing about this day and time, that a lot of these young people weren't even born when we were doing what we were doing. And it's unfortunate Florence is no longer here, but the lasting, indelible mark that she made on our sport, and not just our sport, because Florence transcend our sport, you know, where her fashion and the different things she brought.
Those nails, the hair. Usually when you're competing, you're like, I don't care about my hair. I'm about to run this race and win.
No.
You kind of had that attitude, like, honey, I'm about to whoop these sisters out here. But Flojo was like, I'm going to kill y'all in every direction. Hair, nails.
Yes, and that's the great thing about the sprinters. I call them the sprinters, I'm running, jumping, throwing.
Right.
And, I try to do the long hair, and then all of a sudden I'm jumping.
Like it's in my way. I tell you, it's just amazing. And speaking of young people being able to kind of look back, and even though they were probably just born or weren't born at all, they have this thing called the internet where they can look at all of these races and all of these things, your long jumps, all these things, and really be able to study you and what made you successful. And that's a blessing in itself.
That is a blessing because it allowed them to connect, you know, and I don't mind them watching it, but I also tell them to don't use that as a coaching tool. You have coaches for a reason because all of a sudden they feel like they can just watch the YouTube and now no one else can tell them anything.
Yes, I heard you downstairs. You was like, Coach, yeah, you heard what she said. Stay on her. I love that, and I love that you give back in so many different ways. Before we run out of time, you do have your Jackie Joyner-Kersee Foundation.
Yes.
Talk a little bit.
Yeah, the Jackie Joyner-Kersee Foundation, we opened in 2000. I started my work back in 1988. We do after-school programming. We do door-to-door transportation. We pick them up from school, bring them into our center. We give them a warm meal. They get a snack. They go and do the enrichment. I created a curriculum called Winning in Life. It's around character and leadership. And so our students go through the 14 different principles, how it applied to where they are today. We try to meet them where they are, talk to them about what critical thinking really is, what does it really mean when we're talking about risk taking, what determination and grit look like for you, so we can set them on a path of understanding the dream, the drive, and determination, and how it applies in every aspect of their lives, because this becomes not just a moment, but a way of life.
I love that. And you did something else with Comcast where, we talk about cable TV and people can't afford all these big prices, but you thought it was important to give individuals who were on a certain budget an opportunity to be connected.
That was the Internet Essential is a great program. It's the digital divide, so a generation or 4 generations before us, your great-great-grandparents have another way of connecting, looking and seeing like what's coming out of that box, you way across the world, but we can communicate, and also being able to have no contracts and a low fee, and that way you can stay connected, because if we're not connected, then you're not a part of the 21st century.
That's so true. And thank you for all you do. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Legendary Olympian Jackie Joyner-Kersee. She's a philanthropist in children's education, racial equality, and women's rights. And she's also the founder of the Jackie Joyner-Kersee Foundation, which encourages young people in her hometown of East St. Louis, Illinois, to pursue athletics and academics. And to find out more about her foundation, go to jjkfoundation.org. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, thank you for watching, and I do hope you join us again next week as we take another look at our issues in Milwaukee. Have a great day.